united stance. Snapback caps at rallies, ready. Spirits never lack. Thoughts and pride, but style in the swag. Sack in the quad. We ain't never gonna stop in the quad. We always on top in the quad. Feel the music drop in the quad. Roots run deep.
Oh shit. Okay. It is Thursday, October 31st, and you are tuned into another episode of In the Quad with Nick Eden. I am your host, Nick Eden. And shit, this thing is hot. Okay, hold on. All right, let me take all this. All right. Okay. Whew. What's the hell? We'll deal with that. Yeah, Lee, this thing. I'm talking about this joint is hot. Okay, all right. What's going on, HBCU family? It is Thursday, October 31st. That means it's Halloween. Try to sound like a demon, mess your throat up, don't it? And you are locked into another episode of In the Quad with Nick Eden. I am your host, Nick Eden, and we are back with another phenomenal show. Y'all, it's Halloween. I know y'all dressing up. Listen, do me a favor. If y'all are going to go trick-or-treating, or you're going to a function with your children, whether they be younger, a little bit older, and you're going to dress up, stay away from the slutty section in the costume shop. Please. What you cannot do is go to a function and you got your cheeks out while your baby's right there. That's all I'm saying. Y'all, was a little out of pocket at the little costume shop I went to yesterday. Y'all got to cut that out. Anyway, y'all, we are back. We are back. Hey, listen, it's been a phenomenal week so far. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, I normally do not dress like this, but it's Halloween, so why not, right? At In the Quad with Nick Eden, we cover all the hottest HBCU trending topics across the entire HBCU landscape. That's Twitter/X, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Fizz, Gmail, snail mail. I'm stopped there because I keep screwing that up and I have to say no diddy. So we're just going to cut that out. But we take all of those topics and we condense them down to 4 main topics. And those 4 main topics comprise the first part of our show. The second part of our show, which is my absolute favorite, is the fam topics. That's the portion of the show where you, the viewer, get to submit your questions and or comments, and we read them on air. I say we. It is a small team that helps me with this, but it's me that reads them on air. So that being the case, if you would like to get your questions or comments on fam topics, it's real simple. Head over to my socials. At Nick Eden on Twitter, at Nick Eden on Instagram. Click the link tree in the bio and submit your questions. If it's appropriate, I will read it. If not, you can forget it. All right, y'all. So we're going to get right into our first main topic. And our first main topic, I was just talking about them, and I was just talking about this the other day. So shout out to the folks over at Prairie. All right, according to HBCU Buzz, Prairie A&M receives an $8 million grant from the Department of Defense for AI research project. The U.S. Department of Defense has awarded Prairie A&M University an $8 million grant to support a groundbreaking research initiative in advanced data analysis and artificial intelligence. The project is titled Credit Plus. Advancing data, I'm on it today, boy. Advancing data analysis for mission-critical applications in the era of artificial intelligence. It aims to enhance the university's research capability and provide students with critical training in burgeoning fields. So let's stop there for a second. And the reason I want to stop there for a second is because I talked about this the other day when I talked about Howard about to hit R1 status, and how important it is that once you hit R1 status, those grants start going up. Those research grants, they start coming in, they start going up. With Prairie, which is an R2 status school, which I could very easily see them making their way to R1 pretty soon. I can absolutely see a situation where things like this lead to some, because right now, listen, y'all may not like artificial intelligence. I completely understand it. There's so much of our daily lives that's already AI. And I know when people think of AI, y'all start thinking about the Matrix and stuff like that. But those research dollars are out there for a reason. We're trying to find out, hey, where this can really go, what it's really about. And might I add, when you have schools that are putting out bachelor's and master's in AI, I think we got to be at the forefront of this. So I just thought it was really important to mention, one, that this goes into what I was talking about with those grants for research, and the fact that Prairie View is an R2 school. All right, let's head back. The team includes co-principal investigator. I do not want to screw up these folks' names. I ain't gonna even hold you. I don't even want to sound I don't even want to sound like I'm messing up these folks' names purposely. But basically, the 5 primary research areas are large language model enhanced data management, mission planning, efficient edge computing, explainable AI, and real world testing. So think of it from this standpoint, y'all. This is not only a research grant with AI, it's with the Department of Defense. Having known quite a few people who work for different agencies within the DOD, I can tell you, this can lead to so many other opportunities. So many other opportunities for those students, so many other opportunities for the school. So this is why R2 and R1 status are so important. Yeah, see, I got McCafe. McDonald's is a sponsor, by the way. This is why this is so important. And shout out again to Prairie View, because, again, well-deserved. It's only 11 R2 schools out there, right? This grant could have gone so many other places. And in of the past, a lot of times, these types of grants have gone to other places. So we have to really be careful when we're talking about just in general, what this looks like going forward, and what it looks like for us as HBCU alums when we support these institutions, and when we're talking about sending our students, whether they be our children, students that we mentor, students that we teach, to HBCUs. Because now what you can't do is you can't say, oh, well, they're not on the forefront of things like AI. They're not on the forefront of things like this or like that. No, we can be. We just got to get to this point. So shout out to the Department of Defense. Shout out to Prairie View A&M. Shout out to everybody who was involved in them securing this grant. And I would definitely encourage you to head over to HBCU Buzz and check that out. All right, y'all, let's go to our next main topic. And man, this thing is itchy as hell. I'm supposed to be wearing this all day. I don't know. I'm going to do this. I'm a real boy. I don't know what's going on with this shit. Anyway, so our next main topic. Oh my goodness. Our next main topic. This also comes from HBCU Buzz, and that is that Billboard.com names Howard and Tennessee State as top music business schools in recognition of their innovative approaches to music education. Howard University and Tennessee State University have been named among the top music business schools in Billboard's 2024 report. For the third consecutive year, Howard University's Warner Music Blavatnik Center for Music Business has garnered praise for its unique curriculum that blends traditional music business education with important social justice initiatives. The center aims to mold the next generation of music industry leaders following immersive fellowship programs and specialized courses. This recognition is a testament to the work that we're doing here at the Mecca. We take great pride in pouring onto our students To educate, empower, and excite the next generation of music business icons, said Jasmine Young, director of the center and Howard alumna. It underscores our commitment to fostering a dynamic and inclusive environment that prepares the next generation of music industry leaders and is a testament to the unique opportunities we create for our community at Howard University. I'm going to skip down a little bit to Tennessee State. On the other hand, Tennessee State University stands out for its strategic location in Nashville, often regarded as the heart of the music industry, led by faculty who maintain active roles in the music scene. TSU's commercial music program offers students unparalleled access to industry expertise and networking opportunities. TSU's curriculum emphasizes critical areas of the music business, including property rights, intellectual property rights, contracts, and revenue streams, such as publishing and touring. Listen, shout out to them. I'll say this much. For me, as literally the first student in the music business program at Alabama State, I can tell you how important and transformative these types of programs are for these students, because traditionally you didn't have a lot of music business programs at HBCUs, right? When I was looking to, like, that was going to be my major. So when I was looking, I was heavily recruited by Berkeley College of Music. Georgia State was, which ironically enough, the gentleman who was recruiting me from Georgia State actually ended up being the initial head of the music business program at Alabama State. So that was a fun fact. And then University of Southern Mississippi. And their whole thing was, look, we've got, and this might not sound like anything now in the age of technology, but in 1998, this was definitely a selling point. Not only do we have a music business program, we have our own record label at USM, and we are in charge of putting together, booking the acts. So it was all this touring, all this recording, putting out albums, the whole nine. That stuff was really enticing. And at the time, where I really wanted to go to Bama State, but the program was brand new. So for me, I kind of had that dedication to go. And now you see a situation where you got Howard, you got Tennessee State. Tennessee State's just coming off winning the Grammy, right? Where they have these programs that are standing out. And this is not just the billboards, oh, these are the top music business programs amongst HBCUs. No, these are the top music business programs, period. So if you're a parent out there and you're watching and you have a child that's interested in entering the music business, whether that be as a performer, a writer, publisher on the business end, then you really need to be considering Tennessee State and Alabama, and Alabama State and Howard. But I Hornet bias. We're talking specifically about Howard and Tennessee State because they were named at the top. I would say this much from my experience in dealing with Tennessee State, and they have their foot on the ground because Nashville, people just think country music when it's Nashville. It's the publishing capital of this country. It's the songwriting capital of this country. The checks that keep the music business going, yeah, the labels mostly are in New York. But what's crazy is all of them got a Sony branch, a Nashville branch. So Sony Nashville, E1 Nashville, all these different places. So you got to look at it from that standpoint. There you have the opportunity to go to an HBCU that's in Nashville. It's in the heart of Tennessee. You are in around so much gospel, rap, country, blues, pop. That's right there. It's centered there. So the opportunities are there. I'm not turning this into a commercial for Tennessee State. I'm really just telling y'all, like, this is the truth. And instead of just putting your students or your children out there in a position where I don't know where I'm going to go, but I want to be in the music business, and they end up going somewhere that saddles them for the next 4-8 years, they don't get to pursue their dreams, or they don't get to put themselves in a position where they have enough networking capabilities to where they can move forward once they graduate. So anyway, just think about that. Think about those programs, reach out to them. And we're going to take our first commercial break. I'm probably going to be, I might stay in this. Y'all will find out after the break. It's In the Quad with Nick Eden.
Technology lets you monitor your pet when you're not at home. But to monitor threats to your hybrid workforce wherever they are, You need more than technology. You need CDW, who gets to know your business and can design and deploy custom solutions with pre-configured HP notebooks with HP Wolf Security. AI-enabled threat detection and remote management protect your endpoints 24/7, giving your defenses some real teeth.
Bummer.
HP makes always-on remote security possible. CDW makes it powerful.
This is not just delivery. This is knowing even superheroes can use a sidekick. Walgreens.
When I push, I feel good. When I push, I feel good. When I push. Feel better. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good.
Is that your new Nissan Rogue?
Yeah, crazy story. So this morning, I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event, taking a test drive. When Dave, the sales guy, is like, "You're gonna love this." He shows me the best-in-class fuel economy and lets me know it's recommended by Consumer Reports. When Dave says, "These cars are going fast," I knew I had to have that Rogue.
Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000, like Rogue, with 2.9% financing for 60 months.
No charger?
It's a Mac. The battery lasts all day. See you next week.
Welcome back to In the Quad with Nick Eden. Listen, y'all, we are talking our 4 main topics. This next topic, shout out to Scotty over on the Off Script Network. Shout out to my dude, Scotty. A&T, they had a town hall. They had an athletics town hall. Listen, it was about an hour, okay? I'm not going to play that. I'm going to play the part that everybody's been waiting on. And if you've been following A&T, you've been following HBCU football, we've talked about just the downfall of A&T's football program. At one point, just dominant, the most winningest football program in Celebration Bowl history. And to see where it is now, it's interesting. So real quick, I'm going to just play, because I was trying to link it on the on to share. But of course, new computer, so nothing's linked right. Let's just play the part that everybody wants to talk about.
But before we get to that, I do want to talk about the elephant in the room right now. Football. I do know that no one's happy with where we are right now. I know the students aren't happy. Certainly the coaches aren't happy. You're not happy. I'm not happy with how we are performing in our football program right now. But I also want you to know that I am absolutely convinced that Coach Brown is the right person at the right time, in the right place to help us navigate through this and get to the place where we will be happy with our football program. He has my complete support. The more that I look at it and consider it and evaluate it, I am more and more persuaded that he is the guy that can lead us through this. So I want to put that out there before we start. That's where my thinking is right now.
Excuse me. So, okay. That was the voice of Earl Hilton. You know what? Let me just look it up and see. Because it's going to kill me until I find. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Because he's the athletic director. Got it. So, first, let me go ahead and say this. Shout out to A&T, because doing a town hall, and again, what they did was they did about an hour town hall where they addressed everything that was going on with athletics, right? And shout out to Scotty for streaming it. on his channel, making it available for everybody to see kind of at real convenience. But that was about the 3-minute mark. So I appreciate A.D. Hilton for going through and immediately addressing the elephant in the room. But he spent 52 seconds on it. And let me go ahead and say this now, because I don't want any Aggies coming for me. You know, y'all get a little sensitive sometimes when people talk about you, not in the way that you want. Fair, but I think that people were looking for more than that. I think if you're going to talk about the elephant in the room, then you actually have to talk about the elephant in the room. Now, I'm not going to be the one to say that Coach Brown isn't the right choice for A&T. That's not my place. What I will say is that there are many people who are alumni and supporters of A&T who feel Coach Brown is not the right choice. So while I respect your position as AD, I do want you to understand that they were happy with the transparency, but they were not happy with the time spent on it. And to be honest, AD Hilton, you kind of just explained it away. It was just like, yeah, the more I look at it, the more I feel like what do the people who are supporting your institution feel? Because see, this ain't even about going back to the MEAC or anything like that. It's not about that at all. I don't think it would do you any well to go back to the MEAC right now anyway, if I'm being honest. Would I like to see Hampton and North Carolina A&T back in the MEAC? Absolutely. But I also absolutely understand that many of them are saying they don't want to go back to the MEAC unless the business is right. Now, who's right or who's wrong on that? I'm not in the MEAC. I don't sit in the MEAC's office, so I can't tell you what business is or isn't right. But there's a reason that they left. And at the end of it, there was a reason that your most successful football program left that conference. Now, what's happened to them since they left is tragic. That is what needs to be addressed. So the other stuff like the purpose, frequency, format, the capital campaign status, and the house settlement, that's all great. That could have been an email. If you're going to do a town hall, do a town hall that addresses what people are talking about, what it is that they want to know. Your alumni base is split about half right now. About half of them want to go back to the MEAC, about half of them don't. But none of them want a losing football program. So that should have been the majority of that talk. You should have given it more than 52 seconds and just been like, oh, yeah, well, it's just my decision. So, nah, bro. Because your contract comes up like everybody else. And I'm telling you what's going to happen. I'm telling you what's going to happen. You started to see it already with these attendance numbers. The alumni are going to just show you. That's it. They're going to just show you we're not happy. And then what happens is these ADs and these SIDs go off on these tangents about how, oh, y'all are not supporting the program. Oh, y'all only want to, stay around. And when the band is done, you're done. But let me go ahead and explain something to y'all real quick. I know really a lot of people out there may not have been in the business of customer service, but that customer is going to tell you everything you need to know about them, verbally or non-verbally. Winning football games keeps asses in the seats at football games. A strong program that people actually want to see keeps asses in the seats at football games. The other stuff is supposed to be an accent. I agree with you on that. The tailgate is supposed to be an accent. The concert's supposed to be an accent. In relation to the football game, the band is supposed to be an accent. That's all fine and dandy. But when those other accents regularly outshine what's going on the gridiron, That's a you problem, AD. That's a you problem, head coach. That's a you problem, OC and DC. If you want to blame the players, who's doing the recruiting? Who's doing nutrition? Who's doing strength and conditioning? That's the reality of what we're dealing with, folks. The reality of what we're dealing with is they're telling you, you better go ask Coach Eddie George. He's been trying to give Tennessee State fans and alums what they want since he got there. And this is not a shot at Dr. Glenda Glover because I love Dr. Glover to death. But nobody in administration at Tennessee State is really listening to the alums in the way that they should. So what happens when Howard schedules Tennessee State for homecoming? Tennessee State is excited. They're happier than a pig in poop. I ain't cussing today. I started off a little early. And they showed up in droves. And you knew they showed up in droves because you immediately put out that graphic for Howard coming to Tennessee State's homecoming next year. Because it's nothing wrong with your fans wanting what they want. And we've gotten to a point where we're like, we're just going to give them whatever we want to give them. And y'all keep realizing, y'all keep thinking, okay, we're not going to do fan service. Well, fans are going to stop servicing you. They want to see HBCU games. They do. And I don't care who doesn't like it. Do I think the programs need to be stronger? Sure. But at the end of the day, the people who are paying, because for everybody who goes out there and criticizes, oh, the band, the tailgating, the this, the that, ain't none of y'all donating enough. Ain't none of y'all donating enough to substitute what the fans bringing into the games are doing. Y'all ain't bringing in that kind of money. Y'all ain't donating that kind of money. Not one of you. Not one of you. And anybody who is on a major donor list. We can see it. We can pull giving statements. So, A.D. Hilton, while I appreciate the transparency, they want results. They want results. Anyway, I'm going to take another commercial break. We're going to come back with our last main topic. It's In the Quiet with Nick Eden.
When I push, I feel good. When I push, I feel good. When I push. You better move. I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push, When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good.
This is not just delivery. This is knowing even superheroes can use a sidekick. Walgreens.
From now on, it's all about us. Starting a family, buying a car, our first home.
They told you to open an account, then turned you away. They said, come back when you're ready. You said, we're ready now.
I know we're going to make it.
Hope makes it happen. Thousands of your neighbors, many who never had a bank account before, improved their lives with Hope Credit Union. You can too. Brighter futures begin with hope.
Is that your new Nissan Rogue? Yeah, crazy story. So this morning, I'm at the Nissan Thrill of Summer sales event, taking a test drive. When Dave, the sales guy, is like, you're gonna love this. He shows me the best-in-class fuel economy and lets me know it's recommended by Consumer Reports. When Dave says, these cars are going fast, I knew I had to have that Rogue. Nissan offers 6 vehicles starting under $30,000, like Rogue, with 2.9% financing for 60 months.
Amazon fall favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon Fall Favorites now.
Welcome back to In the Quad with Nick Eden. I'm feeling much better. Had a little bit more of my coffee. What is going on my phone today? Y'all know I'm doing a show right now. Literally. Y'all know I'm doing a show right now. Welcome back to In the Quad with Nick Eden, where we are covering the hottest trending topics in the HBCU landscape. And listen, right now, when it comes to HBCUs, there's one subject that's probably hotter than most on a consistent basis. I probably covered this more than anything, and that is Madam Vice President Kamala Harris and her ascension to the White House. Listen, Election Day is next Tuesday. I'm telling you to vote for both of our VP Kamala Harris. You don't like it? Don't watch the show. So this comes to us from Clutch Points, HBCU. Shout out to my guy Randall over there. Kamala Harris to spend election night at Howard University. It's official. Vice President Kamala Harris will use her alma mater, Howard University, as a headquarters on election night. This news comes right after more than 75,000 people joined Harris last night for her speech in, Ellipse. Harris received a degree in political science and economics from Howard University in 1986. In addition to joining Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and taking part in debate, she was a first-year delegate on the College of Arts and Sciences Student Council during her time at Howard. As a Howard alum, Harris often talks about how her political career has been impacted by attending an HBCU. Just last week, the Harris-Walz campaign announced that it was considering Howard as a possible election night headquarters. When he dropped out of the race in July, Harris acquired President Joe Biden's campaign headquarters in Wilmington, Delaware, his hometown, but didn't feel comfortable spending the election night there, being that she's from California. Last night, Harris delivered her closing remarks against Donald Trump at the place he encouraged his followers to fight like hell on January 6th back in 2021. While speaking to a large crowd, she compared her plans for the country to those of Trump as she tries to persuade undecided voters just 1 week away from the election. Harris drew in so many people that the crowds overflowed from the National Mall to the Jefferson Memorial. We know who Donald Trump is, Harris says. He is a person who stood at this very spot nearly 4 years ago and sent an armed mob into the United States Capitol to overturn the will of the people in a free and fair election, and an election he knew he lost. America, we know Donald Trump, what Donald Trump has in mind: more chaos, more division, and policies that help those at the very top and hurt everyone else. I offer a different path, and I ask for your vote. If elected, Harris will be the first woman elected president and the first president to attend an HBCU, which will be a major win for Howard. And shout out to Kaya Winbush Robinson. This is an excellent article. Kaya is actually a graduate of Virginia State. Look, man, we're running down on crunch time. I'm gonna take this itchy thing off. I gotta wear this joint later. We're running down on crunch time. And the reality is this. What happens over the next few days is going to determine the next few years. That's something to think about. Take it seriously. Take it seriously. If you're choosing the couch, I don't want to hear a damn thing from you. Nothing. I don't want you to talk about the economy. I don't want you to talk about not being able to get a job. Nothing. You don't vote, you don't deserve to talk politics, period. That's my opinion on it. Sorry. It is what it is. But I think it is transformative. I think it's historic with it being at Howard. One thing that VP Kamala Harris has done her entire career, she has taken Howard with her everywhere she's gone. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. I am ecstatic about it. And I think that it's going to be an amazing night. And I'm just hoping that the results are what we need them to be. Let me put the hat back on. Yeah, Lee. I'm trying to stay in character, y'all, because I gotta wear this crap today. So, let me give you a good view of this joint. I'm not putting that mask back on because it's hot. But yeah, you see, it's got like right now, I look like Eddie Kane Jr. But that's not the point of it. But now that you got a good look of it, now you can see it. We can go into my second favorite part of the show, and bam! It is fam topics, y'all. This is my favorite part of the show. These are your questions and comments that you have submitted to me to read on air. And if you would like to get your comments read on Fam Topics, it's really simple. Head over to my socials at Nick Eden on X or Twitter, whichever you call it, or Instagram. Click the link tree in the bio and submit your questions. If it's appropriate, Uncle Samson will give me the go-ahead and we will read them. So let's get to it. All right. Man, you preached about those refs. Salute. So here's the funny part about this. I was going to dress as a referee. Halloween, I was going to be a SWAC ref. Unfortunately, when I got to the costume shop, my back was a little too big for the one they got. They had a medium. I ain't been a medium. I've never been a medium. No. So, but hopefully, I mean, if I piss somebody off, I hope I piss you off to do a better job. That's what I really hope. Because the reality is, you screwed up these kids, their lives. So yeah, that just was what it was. They caught it. It is what it is. What we got next? All right. So I thought I knew who your crush was, but after that post by She Loves Thee, I'm so dang confused. All right. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna do something here that I would not normally do. I wouldn't even entertain this. But since Timona put our business out there, boo, I'm gonna catch it for that one, boy. Ooh, we're gonna hear about this joint for a while. No. So that everybody knows what this person is talking about. I want us to be clear on this, okay? Hold on. Y'all give me a second. I'm doing this in real time. I try to make sure that by the time I start doing the show, everything that is going to be loaded up, like this is why I don't like share screen. I don't do any of that. Every time I do something, I want to make sure that I got all the stuff loaded in that I need. So let me just do this real quick so we can talk about it and we can move on, because as of right now, this post has got about 4,500 views on it and like 50 likes. Y'all are way out of pocket. So let's see. Did it show up on this end? Yes. This is what they're talking about. This is the post. So, somebody did the "Who's your Twitter boo in your head?" And so this is what Timona posted. This was a picture of us together at Orange Blossom Classic in the suite. This was after we debuted Around the Block and in the Quad during the Orange Blossom Classic weekend. We took the picture together. We hung out. And wait. Let me also say, Ken and they're my witnesses. Ken, Mike, Zoe, they were there too. It wasn't just, we're in a suite by ourselves. We were there. We were all there together. The Urban Edge staff, the Florida Memorial Athletic staff, even Josh and Erica from HBCU Nightly came through. Because I realized what I was saying just now sounded like, oh yeah, what I'm saying, we were chilling in a private booth or anything like that. So this is what this person is talking about. And I'm sick of y'all with this whole trying to find my crush thing. I would like to know who else you thought was my other crush, though. If you thought you knew who my crush was and now you're confused, I want to know who you thought was the other person. And for those who are just tuning into all of this, for the last year, HBCU Twitter has been trying to figure out who I'm crushing on. And I will say it's been nothing short of absolute hilarity with y'all trying to figure this out. But so anyway, we're going to take a commercial break because I'm about to deal with the fallout of this. But y'all should have seen the text messages that were flying last night. This was hilarious. But I cannot confirm nor deny anything. That's not my place to do. What are we talking about here? Anyway, it's In the Quad with Nick Eden.
From now on, it's all about us. Starting a family, buying a car, our first home.
They told you to open an account, then turned you away. They said, come back when you're ready. You said, we're ready now.
I know we're going to make it.
Hope makes it happen. Thousands of your neighbors, many who never had a bank account before, improved their lives with Hope Credit Union. You can too. Brighter futures begin with hope.
When I push, I feel good. When I push, I feel good. When I push. You better move. I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good.
This is not just delivery. This is knowing even superheroes can use a sidekick. Walgreens.
Amazon fall favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon fall favorites now.
Hey, sweet new gear. It's like Best Buy hooked you guys up.
Pretty sick, right?
What is that?
That's our traveling trophy. Oh, that's what's up, man.
Ah, a goat for the goats. Fits these pro-level setups.
Last year's trophy.
Not a goat.
Nope.
What if you could get all the latest and greatest gaming gear from one place?
All right, y'all. Welcome back to In the Quad with Nick Eden. Hey, y'all, everybody. Quick story time. So I'm stressing over needing a unique illustration, right? Had a deadline coming up for a previous podcast. And as a matter of fact, it's the illustration that you see on the calendar every week. And you see right here on this set. So I hopped on over to Fiverr and I found this amazing graphic designer, Marty. Amazing. 48 hours later, I had an illustration in my inbox, right? So the perfect illustration was in my inbox. And if you need quality work fast, definitely check out Fiverr. Get started today and watch your ideas come to life effortlessly. Simplify your project management on Fiverr and elevate your business efficiency. Scan the QR code today and experience the ease firsthand. All right. Shout out to Fiverr. Fiverr was my first sponsor. And script aside, again, I've told you before, I really did need an illustration for my old podcast, Morning Cup of Merch. And I found it on Fiverr. Marty is great. I've worked with Marty for about 3 years now. She gets consistent business for me, which works out great because she lives in Italy. So when I'm asleep, she's up and she's working. So my turnaround is like super duper quick. And I'm actually going to get her on some more projects that are going to be related to this and some other stuff that we're going to have coming up on HBCU Plus. But we were right in the middle of, bam, our fam topics. And I don't know why I like doing that so much, y'all. I swear I don't. But yeah, back in the middle of our fam topics. Let's see. Please tell me you saw that home. Yes, I saw that homecoming bracket. Okay, shout out to Aspire TV, Aspire, whatever the case may be. Y'all know that is the network founded by Magic Johnson, distributed through Comcast. They've got a plethora of HBCU content there. Got a lot of HBCU staff on there. As a matter of fact, I talked yesterday about HBCU Game Day getting on Fox Soul. HBCU 101 that shoots out of HBCU Game Day Studios is also on Aspire TV. So shout out to them. Shout out to everything that they got going on. But they put out this bracket. This bracket is interesting. It's the best homecoming experience by Aspire U. They're right in the middle of HBCU Spirit Week. So I'm interested to see what this is going to look like. Some of these first rounds. First off, let me say this. I've talked about Tuskegee more times than I thought I'd ever would in 1 week, but there's no reason that Tuskegee should not be on here. Tuskegee should absolutely be on here. If y'all have never been to Tuskegee's homecoming, my goodness, it should be on there. The fact that they got FAMU and A&T, that is nasty work. I would have taken Savannah State and put Savannah State up against. Oh, no. Ooh, that's actually really hard. You know what? I would have taken FAMU. I would have switched FAMU for Fort Valley State and had Fort Valley State against, and that's nothing against Fort Valley because Fort Valley gets live for their homecoming. But I would have had FAMU versus Fort Valley and Alcorn versus A&T for homecoming. But FAMU and A&T are top tier contenders for the semifinals easily. And then I had some people, and this, I got to hold my own school accountable for this. I had people saying, why isn't Bama State on there? Why isn't Bama State on there? Y'all, we're on our 4th year of homecoming. We are. Turkey Day Classic has been our homecoming for 96 years. So we're in our 4th year of homecoming. I do appreciate, because other people ask how come Bama State's homecoming isn't in there. And for our homecoming to be only 4 years old and for people to be having it in the conversation, just to be mentioned in the conversation for best homecoming, hey, shout out to Bama State for that. But listen, this is hard to call. Out of everything that's been on here, I've been to Spellhouse, JSU, A&M, Tennessee State. I haven't done GHO yet, and I've been to Clark Atlanta. And I've said on this show, in my opinion, Spellhouse is the best homecoming in HBCU land. It is something serious. If you've never been to Spellhouse, my goodness, you have to experience Spellhouse at least once. Now, ironically enough, next year I am going to Tennessee State's homecoming. Going to Clark Atlanta. My Blark Atlanta Pyru Panthers. I'm going to Clark Atlanta next year for homecoming. And probably, I don't know. I don't know if I should go to Howard's or not. We'll see. We'll see when it is, because I was also planning on going to GHO, but GHO keeps moving around so much, and now it might be, I think it's the same weekend as Howard. If I got to choose between the two, I've been talking about knocking GHO off my list for so long. We'll see. We'll see. Because see, all of this stuff is going to be, this is all work trips. So I'm going to be broadcasting from the tailgate in every last one of these spots. So that's one of the main reasons that I'm going. But yeah, I thought this bracket was cool. I'm interested to see what the winner is going to look like. I'm interested to see how the selection process went down. That's interesting. But yeah, it was hilarious. I think there are probably a couple more, but I think it was definitely criminal that Tuskegee wasn't on there. And our last fam topic of the day. What do you think will be the long-term effects of the transfer portal? I was just talking about this with a friend the other day. So I think we've gotten over the initial shock of the transfer portal, right? The initial shock of the transfer portal, what it's done, I think the athletes have gotten a dose of reality about the transfer portal as well. And I say that from the standpoint of not only is the grass not always greener on the other side, sometimes you're not even going to make it to the turf. And it's a whole bunch of y'all that's still sitting in there. Or, particularly, and I'm thinking they're asking, what are the long-term effects on HBCUs? I think you're going to get some people who are like, well, I'm not getting what I want here, so let me go somewhere else. That's fine. That's your business. Do your thing. But I think you're going to get, not everybody's going to be Ja'Cory Merritt. Not everybody's going to be a Keyshawn Johnson. Not everybody's going to get to the next place, and then all of a sudden, they are just like these superstars that are killing it. That's not going to happen for everybody. And I think we're starting to get the cold reality of the transfer portal. I still think it's great. I do think that the schools who rely so heavily on the transfer portal, and that includes my alma mater, I think they are going to be in for a very rude awakening long term, because what you're going to have is a bunch of transfers. They're not meshing as a team. And then you'll have someone like Trey Oliver who concentrates on developing. Because I'm telling you now, if Trey Oliver and North Carolina Central get past SC State tonight, go on and win the Celebration Bowl with a bunch of students that they have young, I'm talking about freshman, sophomore, that they have developed, you're going to have some people be like, okay, maybe we do need to concentrate on high school recruiting again. And if you lose somebody to the transfer portal, you just lose them. I mean, that's a part of it. They can go somewhere else. And once they figure out the grass isn't greener and stop listening to these contract for hire QB coaches, oh, this person knows who I'm talking to. He knows fully who I'm talking to. You guide these young men in the wrong direction because of your bias. And once they realize that and they're just kind of sitting out there in limbo, then, yeah, I think people will get it. But that's my thoughts on it. I mean, it's not going anywhere. I do think eventually there's going to be some more regulations on it, but that just kind of is what it is. All right, y'all, we're going to take our final commercial break. We'll be back with my final thoughts. It's In the Quad with Nick Eden.
Technology lets you monitor your pet when you're not at home. But to monitor threats to your hybrid workforce wherever they are, you need more than technology. You need CDW, who gets to know your business and can design and deploy custom solutions with pre-configured HP notebooks with HP Wolf Security. AI-enabled threat detection and remote management protect your endpoints 24/7, giving your defenses some real teeth.
Bummer.
HP makes always-on remote security possible. CDW makes it powerful.
Whether you call her Granny, Nana, my dear, she knows a treat makes any meal special. So come to McDonald's and treat yourself to the Grandma McFlurry today. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Time to call a credit repair company to fix my credit. Hold the phone, man. You can do it yourself with Credit Versio. That's way too hard. Call the credit repair company. Most credit repair companies only work on 1 or 2 accounts at a time, making it slow and expensive. You won't figure that out for months. Ignore him. Credit Versio's brilliant software scans all 3 credit bureaus, finds the accounts that are hurting your score, and guides you through the entire process. Anyone can do it. Let's fast forward and see the results. Wow, I fixed my own credit and saved hundreds. You can do this. Visit creditversio.com.
Amazon fall favorites are here. Save on fashion, home, beauty, and more. Shop Amazon fall favorites now.
When I push, I feel good. When I push, I feel good. When I push. You better move. I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good. When I push. When I push, When I push, I feel good. When I pull, I feel good.
Welcome back to In the Quad with Nick Eden. Y'all, final thoughts. Tonight, we surely do find out who is going to rule the MEAC when North Carolina Central takes on South Carolina State. Let me tell you the implications here. If things progress as intended or as perceived, right now it's looking like Jackson State is going to be the SWAC champion. And they are very likely going to go on to the Celebration Bowl. Whether it's North Carolina Central or South Carolina State, Jackson State has the opportunity to right one of the wrongs from the Deion Sanders era. Now, the question will be, will they be able to do that against a North Carolina Central team that's on a tear? Will they be able to do that against a Chennis Berry-led South Carolina State that is reinvigorated and ready to dominate? And I don't want to get ahead of myself because there's still a lot of MEAC play. There's still a lot of SWAC play. But I'm telling you, that's the story that is going to be told tonight. The story that's going to be told is which one of these teams is going to be the team that quite possibly the SWAC champions, Jackson State University, get a chance to right the wrong. And whether you like Jackson State or you don't, everybody said that Jackson State was done after Deion Sanders left and took a healthy bit of staff and team with him. And T.C. Taylor stepped up. He did what he did. They had a good season last year. And they are in, forgive the phrase here, they're in prime position to go back and right those wrongs. As a SWAC guy, I'm going to be paying close attention to this game tonight. I'm going to be paying attention to the rest of the season. And as much as I love my Bama State Hornets, if my Bama State Hornets are not the ones to pull this off, I will absolutely be rooting for Jackson State in the Celebration Bowl because I don't see anybody else beating them. But that's my thoughts. I appreciate everybody for taking the time, taking a few minutes out of your day to watch me, and I'll see you next time.